Welcome back to the weekly video. As usual, we're going to go through the list of stocks that was highlighted in the email, and I'm going to go through as detailed as possible to explain the technical aspect of it to help you to understand how trading or how observation of charts can be made, and of course, make an informed decision to go into the stock chart with confidence or go into the stocks with confidence. Now, if you look at the email, you will get additional information like, for example, earnings calendar. So take note that the earnings are coming for the Singapore market. Next week, we'll go into full-fledged, where you can see a lot of stocks over here, earning result. Notably, let's zoom in over here. So we have, so I'm zooming in the chart, or not the chart, the screen on this right-hand side. And notably, next week we have this Keppel Corp, SIA, which a lot of traders have take position in to take note of their earnings as well. Okay, consider their earnings because it may affect the share price. Technically, we can see what is happening then right now. Sometimes they may change their direction abruptly, but then the overall, if the trend remains up, it shouldn't change direction overnight lah. So just that your rewards may change, that's all, if you are holding the position. So if you are not in the counter, maybe you want to avoid the earnings seasons, okay, or buy before the earnings. Now, ST Engineering is highlighted in this email, and what we observe is that there's a major support. So when we call major support, it is tested more than one time. So you can see the chart here. This is 2 times. This support level was tested 2 times over here, and ST Engineering hit back this support with a hammer pattern. So a hammer pattern, as you would remember, is where you can see the lower shadow is 2 times the length of the body, okay, the lower shadow. So when you look at this chart, this is called the candlestick chart. I hope that you already know. So if you, just in case if you don't know, then this is a candlestick chart where you see the lines are called shadows, okay, and then the body, right, which is white or black, okay. So the body is shorter than the shadow. So this is called the hammer. So we need a follow-through buying, confirmation buying for this type of patterns, or whatever signal or whatever patterns that you may observe from the chart, you need follow-through. So when you call it follow-through, means that the stocks, if it's going to rebound, should be trading higher, somewhere around here. Okay, like my mouse cursor is rotating right now. Okay, so let's take a look at ST Engineering, what happened to this counter. So after the hammer pattern, you can see here, right, it got a follow-through buy, and eventually hit onto the resistance, which was plotted on the charts over here, 371, failed to break up from there. So if, let's say, you have taken a position based on this hammer, you can easily take profit at 371 or 370, and then wait for the next opportunity to arise for different counter or the same counter. Now, looking at the prospect of ST Engineering for those who are holding this counter seems like trying to form a support over here. And if it can close at about 368, where it would successfully form the support, right? Then we may see a chance for this counter to hit 371. And 371 is a major resistance. So tested 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. And if the counter can break above this major resistance, then we can see this counter moving to 378 and beyond. Okay, so this 371 resistance is a pretty hard to break resistance. So got to watch out. But if this counter can clear this resistance, then of course it's going to be very bullish as well. Why? Because it means that it has no more barrier for it, and moving up will be easier because this 371 rejected the price for quite some time. Now, Yang Zijiang was posted because the uptrend remains intact. Right? From the overbought, so overbought means it's deemed as in layman too expensive. But the stocks pull back and managed to hold well at this level at around 144, and then managed to rebound. So trying to form a higher low. Now, in technical analysis, there's this term called overbought, oversold. Overbought means overbuying and oversold means overselling. Now, that is first established when the stocks initially move off. But once the stocks move into trend, so when we talk about trend, means higher high, higher low. So I'm going to plot it on the screen right now, higher high, higher low. Right, any overbought situations is potentially met by a pullback, okay, a pullback like this. And if this pullback, right, managed to hold at certain level and did not go back to where it started, and the stocks move up and break its previous high over here and move higher, then this level will no longer be considered as the overbought region or overbought level because the stocks has already fully absorbed and acknowledged this level. Okay, the next level, which it is going to continue to move off, right? Depending on how strong the stocks moved, right? If the stocks move up strongly to the next magnitude, next level, then we can look for the next level like this, the next circle for as an overbought. So for this Yang Zijiang here, where you can see it pull back and rebound. If it can break 151 successfully, the target here is 159. So taking a look at this counter, so you can see 159, 158 thereabout is the projected target, which was previously projected in the previous video as well, using different method. Okay, so you can see this latest projection is based on this low. Okay, and my earlier projection was based on this low instead, and all comes to the almost the same conclusion where we see the projection at 158 about. In the previous video, I did explain the FIBO numbers tend to come into some conclusion or confluence when the stock move up and down. So when you are looking at this counter right now, it managed to hold at 151 as a previous resistance support over here, and previously it went towards 158, but it only hit as high as 155. So now 155 become a minor resistance. So if this counter can continue to move up and clear 155, then we see more potential upside towards 158. And then eventually the next one will be around 168 or 169. Okay. Next counter, we have Seatrium Delphi. Okay, Seatrium and Delphi. So Seatrium formed an ascending triangle. Okay, and the projected level is 151. Okay, which was also the which is also the resistance. And how Seatrium goes here is where you can see today we have a strong breakout. If you were to take note about Seatrium here, the breakout is accompanied with high volume. And this breakout is a good breakout because Seatrium has been consolidating for the past 3 days, forming a pennant pattern. And this pennant pattern with a strong volume breakout can potentially lead to even higher level, which if I were to draw this, so this arrow that I've drawn is considered as what we call the flag pole. And if I were to place it at the breakout point, which is here, then we have a higher projected level. After 151, the next one will be 163. So we can look forward to more action from this counter, especially if you can close successfully at 147. Okay, so congrats to those who have traded at this 133 breakout level. So you can see from this posting where you see it is forming ascending triangle and the projected level 151 as I mentioned. So once the counter break above 133, this is where you can take action. The risk and reward is measured by your position sizing, where if you cannot take too high risk, then you don't buy too much. So it depends on your position sizing. So the good gauge is that your entry, right, your position size shouldn't exceed more than 10% of your total capital, right? So let's say, for example, you have 50,000, right? 10% is about 5,000. So you can buy that amount of Citrum. Okay, so that is one example lah. So you can take this as a reference. The next is Delphi. Okay, Delphi. Delphi, ever since posted, where we see a good rebound over here, has moved out to test its resistance at 136, which was plotted. So we need 136 to be broken convincingly in order to move out to 143, as mentioned in this email as well. You can see here, 136 will be a significant milestone for Delphi, right? If it can possibly help to push the counter higher, if it can break out from it. This was mentioned in the email, and so far Delphi hasn't broke out from there successfully yet, but there's still chance. Currently at this latest candle, it looks bullish because of the long lower shadow and the white candle body. And next is to push through this 136 barrier. So in order to reach out to towards 143 or 145 in this chart. Okay, so looking good for Delphi for now. And next counter that just like to go through is Venture and CapitaLand Invest. So we have Venture over here. You see Venture is highlighted because it got a hammer pattern, and Venture after that move up, follow through buying with the hammer pattern and hit as high as 1525. Then now it's pulling back to this 1473 level. So this pullback, if it goes at this level, hopefully it doesn't go back to this low, which is around here. Okay, let's draw this again. So about 1444, right? Don't go back there. Why do I erase old drawing and draw a new one? Because this is a new low. And if this counter retests back this new low, right, it may signify more downward action or continue of downtrend, right? So we have to look out for the latest candle here, see how it ends. And if it ends with a long lower shadow again, then this means that the stocks has a chance to rebound back to 1525. Okay, so for those who haven't taken their profit lah. And CapitaLand Invest, right, it was projected to hit 350 level with this descending wedge pattern. So many videos ago, previous videos, I highlighted what is descending wedge and ascending wedges. So if you are looking at this descending wedge, it's a bullish reversal pattern. Okay, it is a chart pattern. And what we see in CapitaLand Invest is that it managed to rebound successfully ever since posted here. It went as high as this 347 level. The 347 level, which is a resistance, and then pull back. So it is staging a rebound right now, and the rebound looking good because it is a bullish engulfing pattern, and this level is a previous resistance support right now. Okay, previous resistance support. It was a resistance, now support because the strong rebound over here. So next level to look out for is 347. So overall, the counter is still looking positive right now. Then we have iFast and UMS. So look at iFast, it is forming a short-term price pattern very similar to this Seatrium. Okay, and iFast has managed to break out here, right, and then starting to move off yesterday, but today it rests again. So this counter has been moving in an uptrend. So hopefully it can continue higher by hitting this 505 resistance. Then the uptrend will look nicer. Okay, overall in the long-term uptrend. But this uptrend is not a smooth one because in between you can see sideways over here, see sideways, overall up, but this is sideways. So let's see how it close. So today, if we can close around 490, that will be good. And we shall look out for this level. Okay, update you on this level, which is 469 will be the support, new minor support, which is a previous resistance support. And then we are looking for this resistance at 490 to break, then go to 505. Okay, UMS also expecting to break resistance. It is bullish. So the resistance zone is 109 to 111. I think UMS now has not much action and waiting for the break to happen. So it hit 110 and it really need to cross 111 in order to be very bullish. Okay, then we have Hong Kong Land and Genting. So Hong Kong Land, so what happened to Hong Kong Land was that it was at the oversold region, very oversold region and rebounding. So I was looking at this rebound at its major support zone and looking for a bottom. So at this major support zone here, it did not follow through buying after I posted the counter, and it pulled back and retest the support. And now seems to have an opportunity because it's forming a hammer. Okay, so if this counter is going to turn its trend, it would travel to here, it will trade to here, and retest this 387 level. And once it breaks out from this 387 level, then it can form a complete a double bottom. And once this double bottom is like this. So double bottom, so which is a bullish reversal chart pattern, then we may see this counter hit back towards the 405 level. But if this counter cannot hit 387, then it will be a major alarm because it may form descending triangle and break down lower. Okay, which Genting had the descending triangle before, but it negated this descending triangle by breaking up its downtrend line. Okay, so it's not a death penalty, but it's an alarm lah, because the descending triangle is a sign where it may continue its downtrend. But if it can rebound strongly to negate this descending triangle, it will be a positive sign as well. So Genting, you can see here, it managed to negate, and then now it's holding the downtrend line as a support. So we got to see Genting go back to 955, because by breaking is not good enough. It needs to continue higher to continue to break. So 965 rather, sorry. 965 is the first immediate target the counter must break. Then after that 98. In order to change its trend, it has to go to 98. Okay. ERC Asia was forming a base. which I observed and decided to post. So you can see it's like consolidating over here. This is the infancy of trends where you see the first higher low, and what we are looking at is a breakout from the recent 168. But I think ELC 168 seems to be a hard nut to crack, as this counter struggle at the level. So you can see now the stocks is still trading at 168, 167, right, struggling to break out. So you got to wait patiently, and hopefully a breakout can happen to push this counter back to its recent 176. Next will be Kaplan Invest, which I updated this morning, which you have seen, where I explained their potential movement. Okay. Not sorry, I beg your pardon, not this morning. This is 18 yesterday. I updated yesterday, and there's a potential rebound from the low which you have seen. And let's see whether it can cross above 347. Okay. So this morning I posted a counter. Right, is called Thai beverage. It is forming an ascending pattern where you can see low and higher low over here. But it must break out successfully above this 5.9, which we can see some struggle over here. So let's see whether the stocks can close at 595, okay, and indicates more upward movement towards 615. Okay, right. So this is it for this week, and thank you again, once again, thank you for all the likes that you have helped to click, and I hope that I can get more support from you. And once again, if you have any friends who are interested to trade with Lim and Tan, feel free to refer to me. So they have a very attractive referral rewards as well. So thank you very much for viewing this week's video. I will see you again next week.